biosphere. That means life is possible only with the support of lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Without these three spheres, biosphere is not possible at all. Now Earth is called as a unique planet because it is the only planet which supports life. It has a life supporting system. It is surrounded by water. Nearly 71% of the Earth's surface is surrounded by water and 29% is only land there. Now biosphere, bio means life, sphere means Earth. So on Earth we are having life, that is called as biosphere. This biosphere supports many small components of biosphere which are called as ecosystem. Ecosystem are the life supporting systems where different varieties of life forms can be seen dwelling. Environment, what is environment? The surrounding which is supporting life. That means the earth, the water, the air, all these are supporting our life. So that is our environment. Solar energy is the energy that we get from the sun. Sun is the natural source of energy on our earth. Sun and moon are the natural sources of light, of which direct light comes from the sun, indirect light of the sun comes from the moon. Now, with the help of sun's radiations, plants prepare their food for the entire world through a process called photosynthesis. Now there are so many biographical cycles going on, that is like for example oxygen cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle. Oxygen and carbon dioxide, they are mutual cycles. The oxygen that we take in from the plants, and the carbon dioxide that we release, it is taken up by the plants. And nitrogen cycle is all the nutrients that we are getting through our food. It is coming from the nitrogen which is present in the atmosphere and also which is present in the soil by the nitrogen fixing bacteria. Now, water cycle, as I have told you, the continuous process of condensation and evaporation in a cyclic manner is called as water cycle. Now, moon is the natural satellite of the earth. The satellites that we send in the earth's space, that is called as artificial satellites. The INSAT, the TV satellites that we send, they are all artificial. The natural satellite of the earth is the moon. Now, in the mean distance from the earth, apogee and perigee, the distance from the earth to the moon can be calculated by means of two terms, apogee and perigee. Apogee, it is the maximum distance from the earth to the moon, and nearest distance is the perigee. Now, how can you say that what is the maximum distance and a minimum distance? As I told you, earth spins like a top, that is rotation, and it also revolves around the sun. Similarly, moon, it revolves around the earth. Now, when we walk outdoors, we are walking on the road, we are walking on a path, that is called as the road, we are walking on the road. Similarly, the moon, the sun and all the celestial bodies which are present in the solar system, they move on a path, they move on a road, and the road is elliptical in shape. Elliptical in shape means it is like this, oval, or it is elliptical. Now, if the earth is here and this is the path of the moon and the moon is here, then is the moon near to this position? Yes or no? This position is near. That means this is perigee. This position is apogee. The farthest, the maximum distance from the earth to the moon or moon to the earth, that is called as apogee. So this is apogee and this particular part is perigee. Clear? Okay. Now let me just wind up with the terminologies so that it is easier for you people to learn. Abiotic. Earth is composed of two components, biotic and abiotic. Bio means life, abiotic means non-living. Adiabatic. Adiabatic, it is the heating and cooling of the air through compression and expansion. Our Earth's atmosphere is sometimes cold and it is sometimes hot. So that is due to the compression and expansion and due to the exchange of heat that is taking place. Sorry, without the exchange of heat, when there is compression and expansion, then it causes heating and cooling of the air. That is adiabatic. Altitude. Altitude is angular distance from the horizon and the sun. That means this is Earth, this is Moon, this is Sun. So the distance, the angular distance between the Earth and the Sun, that is altitude. Aphelion, the most distant point in Earth's elliptical orbit around the Sun. Now when this Earth is also moving around the Sun, then the distant part, if the Earth is here, if the Earth is here, then this is the distant part, but this is nearest part. So aphelion is the distant part. Farthest point from the Sun is aphelion. Just like in the Moon, the distant part is apogee, the nearest part to the Earth is perigee. Similarly, the distant part of the Earth from the Sun, the distant part of the Earth from the Sun is called as aphelion. Arctic zones. Now, on the Earth, we are having certain horizontal lines. These horizontal lines are called as latitudes, and there are certain parallel lines running on the Earth. They are called as longitudes. The lines which run from top to bottom or north to south, it is longitude. East to west is latitude. So Arctic zones are present on 60 degree north to 75 degree north. That is Arctic zone. Asteroids, they are small rocky planetary orbits, bodies orbiting around the Sun. Asteroids are small planetary or rocky planets which are going around the Sun. Axis, the imaginary line which is extending through Earth from North Pole to South Pole, that is called as axis. That means this is North Pole, this is South Pole. This imaginary line drawn is the axis. Then biodegradable. Bio means living. The living substances which can destroy themselves, which can degrade, decompose themselves, that is biodegradable. Biomass, the mass of all living material in plants and animals is called as biomass. Biome, largest recognizable subdivision of the terrestrial ecosystems. Terrestrial means land ecosystem, is called as a biome, in which the biome is a place where on the land which is having plants and animals, the total plants and animals living on the terrestrial landform, that is called as biome. Biosphere, the totality of life on or near the Earth's surface. Celestial navigation, the technique of finding one's position on the Earth with reference to the apparent position of stars and planets. Now, what is the distance between Mars and Earth? How will you find out? You have to navigate. That means you have to travel from Earth to Mars. In order to find out the distance between Earth and Mars, that is called as celestial navigation. Declination of Sun, latitude at which the Sun is directly overhead. Where is the Sun directly overhead? Equator. This is the place where the Sun is directly overhead. That is called as declination of the Sun. Next, ecosystem, interrelationship between organisms and its environment. Gondwana land. On the Earth there are so many plates, tectonic plates are there. The Earth is having, today's Earth is having 7 continents. But some years back, the Earth was not as it is looking today. There were constant changes, there were constant shifting of continents. So when our Earth was having only South America, Africa, India, Australia and Antarctica together, then that particular land was called Gondwana land. Human habitat, the land on the earth on which humans are living, that is called as human habitat. Meteorite, any particle of solid matter that has fallen on the earth, fallen to the earth or moon, anything which falls, a solid matter which falls from the universe on the earth, that is called as meteorite. Milky Way, the name of our galaxy is called Milky Way. Nebula, a cloud of dust and gases in the space, that is called as nebula. North Pole, point at which the northern end of the earth is there, that is North Pole. Point at which southern end is there, it is South Pole. Supernova, supernova is an explosive collapse of a massive star. When a big star on the at night you can see stars in the sky. If a big star, shining star collapses, falls down, that is called as a supernova. We call it a Tuta Tara, something like that. Zenith, the point vertically above the observer. I am standing here and I am looking at the farthest end of the earth. That is called as zenith. That means if I am standing on a ground and you are seeing the end of that ground, then what you feel? We feel that the earth and the sky are meeting. So the meeting point of earth and sky, that is zenith. Even it is called as a horizon time. That is, you can see the end part of the earth, that is the horizon, and zenith is the meeting place of earth and the sky. Radiometry or radioactive dating, it is used to find out the absolute age of the rocks. Through that radiocarbon dating only we have come to know what is the age of the earth. Planetesimal, a minute planet which could come together under gravitation to form planets. So planets are formed only when there is a little bit of gravity, otherwise it will not be on its path, it will fall down, it will collapse in the universe. So anything which has gravity and which has gravity, which has mass, it forms a planet. That is called as a planetesimal. So with this, I would wind up. You have to learn all the definitions by heart. You have to learn the exercises and be prepared. Important terms, give reason, everything is given and it is very, very clear. Notes is there. Download it from the PDF. Make a file and keep all the notes of all the subjects